moving on here, one of the other things that got announced, this is kind of interesting. Midnight Suns is a new Marvel strategy game from XCOM creators. So let me see what it says here. Firaxis is making a Marvel superheroes game inspired by, but a very different from XCOM. Marvel's Midnight Suns is led by Jake Solomon, designer of XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and XCOM 2. And it features characters like Iron Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Blade, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine in a turn-based tactical battles. It's coming to PC and console in March of 2022. I forgot that it was made by the XCOM guys. I actually really like XCOM.
I made a face when you said that because first of all, we've only had a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
And here's how, just to show you how little that shows you a gameplay. I had no idea this is by the XCOM makers, and two, if this will be an XCOM style game, which I assume so.
Yeah.
Which is the turn-based, the turn-based move over here, go there. So I was telling you while we were setting up of like, I feel like because of how much the Square Enix Marvel game failed, it's going to affect this one. I mean, how can it not? You know what I mean? Like, it's not apples to apples, but it's like, for example, like the second Disney Star Wars movie, Last Jedi, because of how divisive and how quote unquote bad it was, or like at least how divisive it was. That's arguably why Solo didn't do as well, because people were still coming off of how bad, like the bad taste left in their mouth from Last Jedi. So if a lot of people know how much the Avengers Square Enix game failed, like me, I'm like, I'm not looking at this, and I feel bad, to a point, even though it's a totally different company, different developer, I'm just still like, is this going to be a good game, or is this just another license grab for fucking Marvel?
That's a good point, and I think it kind of sucks because Firaxis is a really good game company. They make really good games. I really fuck with XCOM, Enemy, like all the Enemy Unknown.
Yeah, great games, amazing games, and you went. Sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say, I think to get the bad taste out of everyone's mouth when it comes to the Avengers, Square Enix fuck up. I think they should have like some type of open beta or a demo. Just for people to try it, because I think you're right. I think having some type of demo will help cleanse the palate and really give this game a chance. Because I would hate for it to be under the dark shadow of the Marvel Avengers Square Enix nonsense. If they're really giving some sweet content, and also come out and be open, which is arguably one of the reasons why the Marvel game failed. Be open about your microtransactions. True.
I think that's becoming, real short soapbox thing. I think that's becoming like the new baseline of like transparency for video games, especially after the Battlefront and and FIFA fiascos of shit. Is games that don't we're seeing now games that traditionally do not have microtransactions starting to have them, and people, the game getting noticeable backlash over that, like the fucking, I told you, like one of those, whatever Tom Clancy fucking 5 series. There's a million fucking Tom Clancy. I feel like Tom Clancy died, and Ubisoft was like, fuck it, everything has a gun. There's a Tom Clancy game.
Right.
Even in that new fucking, was it like shooter, like
X-Deviant?
X-Deviant. That's
Tom Clancy's like, I had nothing to do with this.
It's like an Overwatch. It's like an Overwatch, but with like tactical shit, and it's what I mean. It's like fuck it, Tom Clancy.
Siege.
Yeah. So, but what I was saying is, with the XCOM Marvel game is, again, be upfront with your transactions, because remember, not Square Enix, the XCOM people. They're in the world of microtransactions too, because remember, there's XCOM Mobile.
That's right.
So even they're dipping their foot in the water of shitty microtransactions. Yeah. So, again, seeing how that, we're going to kind of dial it back, connect the dots here. Yeah. Is because that was a factor of one of the factors of Square Enix fail is they need to be upfront about this game.
I agree. I think microtransactions is such a it's such a sensitive subject. I mean, sensitive mainly because people don't want them, right?
Yeah.
I think they should be upfront with it. It's weird to me that EA was upfront about the Dead Space, remake, as far as like, oh, no microtransactions, which, I at least give them kudos for that particular thing, not for everything else. But yeah, I agree. I think they need to be upfront with it, because I would feel bad if this actually was a really good game and but I would feel swindled, like how a lot of gamers feel today, if there is that thing. So yeah, transparency. Yeah.
And especially again, and real quick again, just to remind you how, like, to a point, like how shitty it was for the Square Enix Marvel game, is remember you can pick up blue, and while you're in your inventory armor screen, it's like, oh, Iron Man has a purple chest piece or some shit. But when you play the game, he's not actually wearing a purple chest piece, because the only thing that changed your cosmetics were the buyable fucking things.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point of like looting? I mean, surely it has better stats, but what's the point of having your character physically change in your inventory screen, but not in the fucking game?